Hello, my name is Raevin PALACIO, and today we will create an application using RMI. So the application we will create is the exponent calculator like we did on Corba. So we'll start now. So first we will create a folder and we'll name it RMI. And then we will create 3 files. The we'll edit in Notepad++. So first, in the interface, since we are using Notepad++, so we're gonna manually type. So first, import java.rmi. So this method will send the result from our clients to the server. So let's continue. So now we're done in our interface. So we're gonna code our server. So this is our server class. So we import the java.rmi in the registry in the server. So for eCalc server, it implements the eCalc interface so that it would be connected to the client. So the method send message will be used later for the printing or the display of the client's action to the server. So for the calculate exponent, this is the main method for our function. We use math.pow to calculate the power using the base and the exponent as the variable or b and a respectively. So in our static void main, we instantiate the registry or as variable rec, and we initialize it as null. So we do try catch to create our registry. So in the server, we create our registry and our port is 1050. So after that, we will instantiate our eCalc server server object. So if it is successful, then server ready is print. So after that, there is a Raevin. So we name our argument as server. We put a string server here to connect to client, and we'll see it later on. So eCalc interface to connect to the interface. So export object, server object, which we instantiate eCalc server, and if there's an error, then catch the exception. So we proceed to our client. So this is our client class. So we import all the Java RMI in this class. So public class equal client, we instantiate the RMI variable to equal to null. So in the static void main, we instantiate again the registry, and in the client side we get the registry which was created by the server. So the server create registry and uses 1050 as port. So in client it gets the registry created by the server, so it uses also 1050 port. So if successful, then it will print the connected to server. So here in the main function or the main method of client, so there are variables, is all in integer, so the loop, the count, and the b as base, and a for exponent. So buffer reader, we use buffer reader to read our inputs. We can also use scanner if we like. So in my case I use buffer reader only. So we to loop the function, so we use while loop, and the condition is as long as the loop is equal to 1, so this function will always run or always show in the client window in CMD. So system.out.print, input the base number, so b. So since the buffer reader is always reads the inputs as string, so we parse our input into integer, as well as the a or for exponent. So the string message will be printed in the server window, because this is the this will show in the server, and the system.out.print answer, this will show or display in the client window. So if RMI is not equal to null, so the message will send into the server. The message, the variable message will send. So if the user will not continue, then he or she will press 2, so that the program will close. So we'll run this in CMD. So I'm gonna open CMD window, change directory, we'll copy the path of our type java or java. So in our folder, the client interface in the server was had created a class. So start our RMI. So we'll minimize this since the RMI registry functions as the orb like in Corba. So we start our server. So the server is ready, so we'll open another CMD window. CMD. So we start our client. So Java. So now we'll see how this works. So this is our client. So it runs. So we're gonna input the base number. So sample 5 and exponent 2. So the answer is 25. So all the calculations we made in client is displayed, or will be displayed in the server window. So calculation 1, the client inputs base as 5 and exponent 2, then the answer is 25. So another one, so input 5 and 7, so the answer is 78,125. So calculation 2 displays in server again. So if the user will press 2, then the program will shut down. So that's all. Thank you, and I hope you get the idea of how to create your own RMI application. So that's all.